What
Are
up,
we
G
live?
Live? Yes, we are live. Sabay.
Hello, good evening.
All right, we'll wait for a couple more people to come in before we really start the meat of the show, the
And
news.
this one is a very exciting show
Yes.
because we have a very special guest. So, if you know this man, our expert, please do join and watch her show because we have a very interesting topic. But before that, how are you? How was your Monday, Willow? How was your weekend?
Okay naman. You know, you you
Ah, man.
you get to know you get to feel the ECQ like Monday siya nag-start. For me, doon ko lang na feel na
Yeah.
ECQ talaga. But yeah, still a good weekend, still a good week ahead. I'm pretty sure exciting stuff happening. How about you, Dwayne? How's your
Very good. You're just staying at home. Our pantry is fully stocked, so far no reason to, you know, go out and just be safe. What are you doing? Anyway,
sorry,
so today
check
we're
ko
gonna
lang.
talk about tips and tricks before backing a board game in Kickstarter. So Kickstarter, if you're not familiar, we're gonna discuss today what it is, how you can avail of our Kickstarter games, and what are the things that you have to take note before you back a Kickstarter
Yes.
game. So we have invited a special guest, is very knowledgeable, and we'll get to know how many games has he backed in Kickstarter. And with that, we do have a question for the stream. So,
We
what
do.
is your favorite or latest game that you have backed in Kickstarter, or a game that you wish that you have backed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Minsan may
So,
mga ganun eh. Sometimes there are games na you backed kasi you really like the game, and then there are games that you were on the fence with, tapos after it released you were like, I should have backed it.
yeah.
So yeah. So share with us the games that you backed in Kickstarter. Maybe you've backed a couple, one or none yet, or maybe you're just eyeing a Kickstarter game right now. Please do share it with us in the comments below. If you're on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube. It's G Live Game Night, and if you're on YouTube, we're also live on Facebook. You can find us at Gaming Library, fb.com
Library.
slash gaming library. Yeah. Library. All right. Actually, our guest is here, so we're just gonna bring him in. Kamustahin natin yung guest natin.
Oh
Let me
yeah,
just
so we
remove
have
this.
this man needs no introduction, but we
The
will
man,
introduce him.
the myth, the
Uh
legend. Kenrick Keh, what up?
Hello,
Hi.
Kendrick.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. So how are you? How was your weekend?
Fine naman.
Okay.
Got to play dito. Thankfully.
Yay. Okay. So, since it's Monday, we have a few pieces of news that we're gonna go through. So we're gonna show, and then feel free to react kung parang wow, ganito, may ganito palang nangyari. So,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe can we go?
yeah.
Sure.
Before
Willow.
we go, hello, Mark Ellis. Welcome to the
Oh,
stream.
hello.
Gershwin also, welcome to the stream. Sam, Denver, hello guys. Salamat sa
Uh,
pag-watch sa stream. We're gonna go into our G Live news, and then afterwards we're gonna go to the To Back or Not To Back by
to
Kenrick
back
Keh.
or not to back? That is
Yeah,
the question.
that is the
Okay.
question. All right,
All right.
go.
So,
We're gonna go with
welcome
Dwayne.
to G Live Gaming News. We have
Toot.
collected recent news in board games, video games, and all things nerdy. First up, the sneak peek trailer for Stranger Things Season 4 has just dropped.
Woo!
What will Eleven and the rest of the gang encounter this season? Let's watch the trailer.
Very exciting. This one.
11, if you're listening. Holy
Why?
mother.
What that?
So loud.
What was that?
Something is coming. It is almost here.
Nice.
Yes, so that's Stranger Things season 4 trailer. And did you see that there was a shot of dice being rolled?
Let
And I'm like,
me
what
yeah,
dice?
let me try to get
11.
that shot. Actually, I'm trying to get it. Uh, so more
Because
D
of
and D
Stranger
stuff.
Things, yeah, because of Stranger Things, a lot of people got into D&D, and I'm really thankful for that because D&D is an amazing RPG, and from D&D you can get into other tabletop role-playing games and board gaming. So yay for Stranger Things!
Yay! There you go. That's the best
There
shot I
you
could get.
go. Wait, so that's D6, D4, and
D6 and D4.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Any? Did you watch? Wait, that's Kenrick is not there. Ken, did you watch Stranger Things?
Actually, I haven't watched season 2. Hanggang season
Oh,
Season
1.
2.
Yeah.
season one.
Ah, yeah.
How about you, Dwayne?
2022 pa naman. I watched season 1 and season 2. Season 3, that was during lockdown, right? Last
Yeah.
year. I don't know what happened. Parang it was on my list, tas parang the bump lang siya ng other shows.
Actually, that's exactly why I watched Stranger Things because of lockdown. I started
Yeah.
watching it nung lockdown, finished it nung lockdown also. I binge watch a lot. So, very excited for this one. Lalo na it's kind of it's close to the board gaming world, yung world din nila, which is interesting, no? So, yeah, with D&D and stuff. Let's just before we move on, let's just say hi to the other
Yes.
people who came in. Bismarck, konnichiwa, hello. Gino,
Uh,
hey, Gino, umabot si Gino. Kai,
Eto na si
pinag si
Idol.
Jansen. Eto na daw si Idol. There you go.
Yes.
And then
Ang daming
Tonich,
fans.
super backer ng mga super backer. There you go. The man, the
Yes.
myth, the legend, Kenrick Keh in the
Yeah,
house.
we only invited a very reputable guest to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
We have some pieces of news to go through. The
Yeah.
next one is uh, after a successful year in 2020, Gen Con Online will return in 2021,
Woo!
running concurrently with Gen Con Indie and Pop Up Gen Con. So Willow will show the website. So right now, the badge registration for GenCon Online is free and has opened. Event registration will open on August 15. That is next week. However, the online event catalog is now available and you can now browse the events and build your wish list.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of events that you can do. What I did last year is I filtered out the seminars and the uh I watched about the mega game. I watched the release of Lost Ruins of Arnak and Under Falling Skies by CGE. They
Hmm.
released it in Gen Con. So just go through the list. It's a very extensive list. There's a lot
There is
that
a
you
lot.
can learn. Some of them there are paid events, some of them are free. Also, take note of the time difference because this is in the US, so there's a 13-hour difference.
Hmm.
So some of the events you have to wake up really early or stay up really late to get them. But hey, at least we can enjoy Gen Con online again this year.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. Look, for those who wanted to learn D&D, you can actually learn it in Gen Con. And I
Yes,
mean, for $2 for 2 hours, you get like,
that's a steal. Yeah.
yeah. There's two batches here, and then there's more. I saw some more here.
There are live
102.
games, there are
Yeah.
demonstrations, there are seminars. Uh
Podcasts. Ang dami.
yes, ang dami. Like anything and everything na gaming. Gen Con is one of the biggest gaming conventions in the world. My one of my dream is to go there in
Oh,
real
me
life
too.
in the future. Sama tayo, tayong
Sama
tatlo.
tayo. Let's go.
Ako rin,
Punta
yeah.
tayo. Pero syempre right now we cannot go because of the pandemic, but at least we can enjoy the Gen Con online in the safety of our own homes.
There you go.
There you go. Uh, Third piece of news that we have is the Mind Sport Olympiad.
Woo!
It's a It's an international event with over 80 different board game competitions ranging from classics like chess, Scrabble, backgammon, and Go to newer games like Settlers of Catan, Seven Wonders, Dominion, Ticket to Ride, and Carcassonne. It will start on s- Sep- August 13.
Yes.
Yes, up to September
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 5.
5. Yes. So you can just go through the events and join them. Most of the events, they will happen on Board Game Arena. So
Yeah.
just go through the registration process and join. And you will be given uh, an invite to the tournament.
Tournament, yeah.
And hopefully, we just finished the Olympics. Maybe
Go!
one of our viewers, a Filipino, would raise the flag
Let's go.
and win an event for the Philippines.
At this is a very interesting event, no. Ang
Yes, it
daming
is.
modern board games like Seven Wonders, Catan is here of course. Takenoko is here. Res Arcana is already here also if
Yeah.
you like the game. Quarto if you play Gigamic game, Seven Wonders Duel, Can't Stop if you like that. Corridor is here. Shout out Martin, baka gusto mo sumali. Soul Kid, Dwayne, maybe we could join.
We could join
Um, may nakita pa ako dito that's really
Nida
nice. Eh.
Villir, Alhambra, Splendor.
There you go. Clans of
Which
Caledonia.
games ba yung plan nyo salihan? If ever.
Uh, the thing is, again, this is I think the schedule is UK time,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the main struggle because the event schedule is you have to move the time difference. But hey, uh, I'm looking at Carnegie to join.
Yeah. Look, there's like even Santorini is here, Marco Polo, Arnak is already here, Puerto Rico, Casas of Burgundy, Marrakesh. I mean, these are all really good games and um I suggest that if you want to try to compete in board gaming na hindi lang yung friends mo ganyan. I think you should try and join this. I mean, you always have a chance to win.
Yeah,
Don't
parang,
think na beginner ka pa lang or ano. This is a nice to gauge your board gaming skills.
plus
The
you can get to
Olympiad.
play with the international community. So
Yes.
that's also a big plus.
David
And
is asking if may Nidavellir. Yes, there is Nidavellir. It's on
yes, there's
August
Nida
25.
Villir.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we're gonna I we will post again the link uh to Gen Con and then Mind Sports Olympiad in G Live Game Night so that you can check out on your own free time. And
Yeah.
last piece of news for the week is Magpie Games is excited to bring you Avatar Legends, the role playing game, the officially
Woo!
licensed tabletop role playing game set in the world of Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. And we do have a trailer.
Yes, we do. This one's 3 minutes long, but this is a nice trailer. If you like Avatar, here you go.
Air, water, earth,
Ah, so cool.
fire.
Woo! Woo!
The elements that bind our world together are the same that break us apart. Across eras
Yip, yip.
and generations, they have been the instruments of positive and negative, peace and chaos. Both balance and imbalance.
No.
No matter if you
Oh,
live
so you
in
can
the
choose your era.
years of Avatar Roku The age of Avatar Ang are the days of legends yet to come. The pursuit of balance is not for the Avatar alone. No, or even just the benders of our world.
Best
No
girl.
matter if you were born to master an element, or weaponry, or technology,
Sammy.
the simple brewing of fine tea. No obstacle can be overcome without a journey to discover one's self. And only a fool travels alone.
Rise to meet your destiny.
So walk this path together and find your balance. A great adventure awaits.
Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. Yes, for the longest time I've been waiting for role-playing game set in the world of Avatar. Before we tried porting D&D
Mm-hmm.
rules into Avatar world, it's a little bit hard because of the bending. And now we do have a
Yay.
system that allows you to play as a firebender, earthbender, waterbender, airbender, or just a normal human being, and you're in the world of Avatar. So really excited for it.
Yeah. I'll just be Uncle Iroh, the Tito Willow.
The Tito Willow brewing tea. And this game is now on Kickstarter.
Woo!
And
Kickstarter.
that's a
Yes.
perfect segue for our topic for tonight, which is tips and tricks before backing a board game in Kickstarter.
There
And
you
we do
go.
have an esteemed guest for tonight. He has backed a lot of Kickstarter games. Uh, and I believe he has sage wisdom that he can share to us, so that if you have not backed yet a Kickstarter and you're still uh like you're not sure if you're gonna back, you can be guided. Or if
Woo!
you back many and you feel that some of your Kickstarter games you're like, not really the best, so we can steer you towards the right direction. So please
Yes.
give a big warm up applause to Kenrick Keh.
Woo! Kendrick!
Hi
Woo!
everyone.
Yan.
Ayun.
Yeah, sige. Before we continue, no, we just
Sige.
have a couple of comments. Sabi ni Rain, nice topic. Woo! Welcome Rain to the stream.
Yes.
Sabi niya, I backed Everdell. That's the only one I've ever backed so far. I think Everdell is a good choice. Janfred says, ang nostalgic ng Avatar, yes. And
Yes,
Gino
sobra.
says, narrated by Uncle Iroh, no less. And
Yay.
Miss Katamanya, welcome to the stream. Sabi niya, for this, I'll play RPG. Ooh. I like Avatar also a lot. I might be playing this one too with if Dwayne gets it. And whoa, Sam says from YouTube, my latest KS backed is AEG's Big Game Night, which covers 3 games: Whirling Witchcraft, 10, and
I heard
Tiny Towns
about that.
expansions, Villagers. Good,
Ooh, 10.
nice. And then Rain, K, clap, clap, and Tonichi is also clapping. There you
Clap,
go.
clap.
Welcome to the
Yay.
stream, Kendrick.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So,
Woo!
take it away, Kenrick. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So firstly, what is Kickstarter? Siguro some of you are unaware kung what Kickstarter is. So actually Kickstarter is a website, no? It's a crowdfunding website na created para yung mga creators are able to kumbaga realize their dreams, kumbaga. Okay? This
Yeah.
is not specifically for tabletop. So marami yan. It could be for art, uh, food, whatever.
Yes.
So yun. Tapos of course we'll be looking specifically sa tabletop games.
Yep.
Okay? Um Sige, I think we can go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Yan. So, siguro you're wondering, no, why do we have Kickstarter campaigns for board games? Kasi, di ba, usually when we buy games, for example, sa gaming library, sa mga other local stores, or
Mhm.
online stores, ganun. So, bakit meron pa sa Kickstarter? So,
Yeah.
what's the difference? So, ay, teka lang.
Sorry.
Ayun. Ayan. So, yun. So, basically kasi, in Kickstarter, no, when there's a campaign, no, ibig sabihin, hindi pa created yung product na yon. Okay?
Yeah.
The creator is planning, no, to create that product. Tapos it's up to us, no, if we are going to back that project. If the project gets funded, kasi may ano sila kumbaga they are setting like minimum this amount for this project to get funded. So ayun, so parang may allotted time sila, for example 28 days. In 28 days kailangan ma-reach yung minimum amount. Pag hindi ma-reach yung minimum amount, magka-cancel yung project. So kumbaga hindi siya matutuloy. Pero if ever na yun nga mag-push through, so after that duration, ang mangyayari is mag-e-end na yung campaign, no? So, hindi mo naman makukuha yung game mo right away if ever. Okay? You'll have
Mhm.
to
Okay.
wait, no? Kasi usually post yung timeline na this is the estimated date of fulfillment. So, expect it like for example, today is August 9, 2021. It's possible if
Yeah.
ongoing ngayon yung campaign, tapos you'll be expecting your game next year pa, August. So
Yeah.
one full year. And sometimes it could be longer. So
Yeah.
talagang ano siya, hindi siya yung tipong order ako ngayon,
You'll
tapos
get it
after a week nandito
tomorrow.
na. Oo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like people trying to get funding for their, in this case, tabletop game to be created. So parang kailangan muna nila yung resources na yun before they can really produce the item, before they can deliver it to you.
Yes, basically
Yes.
it's an investment.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. So Kickstarter, you've mentioned it's all or nothing, right? So what happens if the target is not reached?
Yeah, if the target is not reached, the Kickstarter campaign would get canceled. So naka-indicate doon unsuccessful. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it doesn't matter naman for the backers, no? Kasi you don't get charged you don't get charged hangga't ongoing pa yung campaign. Once the campaign ends, tapos successful, that's the time you get charged.
Okay.
That's
So
I
so
think
That's
that's
good to know.
important to know. Yeah, that's important to know
Yes.
kasi that's when they get your money from the card that you used or the credit card. That's when they credit it. It's that end date, the completion end date of that campaign, if I'm
yep,
not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah.
tsaka for example, ako, halimbawa I am browsing sa Kickstarter, tapos may nakita akong project, interested ako doon, I could back it right away,
Mhm.
no? Para if ano kasi sa Kickstarter campaign, no? The backers can comment. Siyempre the creators can comment din. May comment
Yeah.
area siya. Then may update area din. So whenever
Yeah.
they send updates, if you back it currently, mare-receive mo yung update through email. So, yun ang ginagawa ko para I can receive the updates through email, tapos I can read them on my spare time, no? Tapos I can get to know more about the campaign. Kung
Nice.
trip ko ba talaga to, okay ba talaga
Yeah.
to, ganon.
Nice.
Ayun. So, I can do it without the fear na, ay, matcha-charge na ako. Kumbaga, I can, I can check naman na, I have 20 days pa, ganon.
Yeah pa.
And there's a heart icon that you could click on. So basically parang binookmark mo siya. Pag
Yeah, you know
48
we can do.
Okay.
Yep, you can check.
Sige. Well, you
Ayan
mentioned
yung
that
remind
na
me. Sorry.
parang you're reading updates and whatnot. What if along the way na parang nabalitaan mo na parang you're not really sure about the campaign? Can you back out from backing the campaign?
Yes, you can actually cancel anytime.
Cancel
Mm.
anytime. And I think that's
Yes.
very important to know for our viewers.
Yep, as long as ongoing pa yung campaign. So for example, this campaign nakalagay 24 days to go.
Yeah, it says
So
Ah,
right
ayan.
here.
Tapos since clinic ni Willow yung yung reminder, naka-save siya.
Yeah.
Kapag 48 hours na lang yung campaign, no, you will receive a notification na 48 hours remaining for this project. So you
Okay.
can opt out anytime. Or
Nice.
if ever na halimbawa, you haven't back it, receive an email tapos 8 hours na lang pala.
Okay. You'll
okay.
get it in your email.
At least you have updates, regular updates on what's happening with the Kickstarter and the updates. That's very important to know.
Ha. Nawala ta si Kendrick.
Yeah, so we'll wait for Kenrick to connect again. If you do have questions about Kickstarter, because this is a very interesting topic, please comment below, and Willow and I will go through them, and we'll feed Kenrick the questions
Yeah.
when we return.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting, let's look at the comments. So Tonichi says, my most memorable KSS,
There
first
you go.
ever is Tiny Epic Quest.
Yeah.
Tiny Epic Quest, and
What's
best
the
value is Root. Amazing. And then number 3 is Deadwood 1876. What's
Yeah.
Deadwood 1876?
I
I'm
think
not
it's part of
familiar.
the series, the book series in Tortuga 19 something and
Oh,
Salem 16 something. I don't
okay.
memorize the numbers. Rain said, "Oh, I also back to Wonderland War pala indirectly. If you bought it from someone or group buy kayo, that is part of it." Gershwin says, ICE looked so good on Kickstarter but didn't back it. Is this the one where yung nakapatong-patong yung hex tiles? I
Yeah,
think we
parang
checked that out
hexagon,
before.
and then you go down,
Yeah.
down, down.
Yeah. And then
And
Denver is
Yes,
saying,
yan yun.
mukhang yung Avatar Legends ang unang ibaback ko, ha?
and
well,
perfect time because we have our expert here that will guide you kung uh is this role-playing game something that you would back.
yeah. And
Okay,
Sam,
now
last comment, sorry. Favorite thing
um,
about K is that it's like buying a present for future Sam, for your future self.
eh,
I will send you a
yes,
gift in the future in 6 months. You'll get a gift, my future self. You deserve
those
it.
are the best gifts.
Yes, from yourself. Okay. There.
Okay. I think we were talking about where were we? So why do we have Kickstarter campaigns for board games?
Yes,
Yes.
sorry, medyo
Yeah.
heavy kasi yung rain dito. Na-disconnect out.
Oh,
It's
it's okay. It's okay.
Ay, yeah, okay na ba? Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Naka-share ba yung slide?
Yes. Here you go.
Okay, ayun. So, as you can see, no, yung kanina, pwede ka naman ma-remind, no? So, example, 48 hours na lang, no? So, by hours naman yung nakalagay doon. Tapos kung few minutes na lang, makikita mo rin. Hindi naman siya yung bigla na lang mag-e-end.
Wala namang gulatan. Parang boom, naback mo na. Ganyan.
Wala namang gulatan.
Wala nang bawian. Ito
Oo.
na.
Tsaka,
Okay, sige.
yeah, and sometimes dahil credit card yung ginagamit usually, tawag dito, sometimes medyo nagkakaroon ng unsuccessful na transaction, mano-notify naman kayo ng Kickstarter. So, pwede naman siya ma-fix agad. So, i-retry nyo lang or contact your bank kung na-block siya, tapos retry mo lang yung yung pag-process.
Or na-exceed
Ayun.
na yung limit ng credit card.
Oo,
Nag-back ka na
possible
ng
din.
nag-back.
Ayun.
Okay, sige.
Tapos, yung iba, later na lang natin pag-usapan. So, firstly, ito muna. Why do we have Kickstarter campaigns for board games? So, first item, yan, new or small creator. So,
Mhm.
there are a lot of creators no sa Kickstarter na syempre as a new creator, wala pa silang budget. Syempre pag gagawa ka ng board game, hindi biro yung cost eh. You'll have to spend
Yes.
for the manufacturing of the product. Aside from that, no, syempre pag na-produce na 'yon, syempre i-ship mo pa 'yon, no. Syempre kung you will go straight to retailers, kailangan marami kang ilalabas. And
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
not yet sure kung mabebenta ba yung product mo.
Mhm.
So Kickstarter is a great platform for them para ma-showcase nila sa mga tao, no? Parang, oh, here's my product. Are you interested?
Yeah.
'Di ba? If ever na
Yeah.
hindi interested, at least wala naman silang masyadong inilabas na fund.
Yeah.
Okay? So mainly, no? Siyempre, yun yung pinaka-purpose ng Kickstarter. So, to support yung mga bagong creators. Tapos, nilagay ko rin dito yung, yung small creators. Why? Kasi, hindi naman porket, like for example, I created my second game, third game, I can produce my next games na by myself. Hindi
Yes.
naman kasi ganun kalaki yung markup pagdating sa board games. Ayun.
Mhm.
So, syempre, for small-time creators, kailangan din nila ng help muna from the public.
Mhm.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Next
So parang
item. Yeah,
parang
sorry.
instead of kasi usually when you're starting a business or you're gonna produce a board game
Mhm.
or whatnot, you need capital. And
Yes.
instead of going to the bank and asking for a loan, this is basically getting a loan from potential customers. So parang nahihit mo two birds na parang, okay, you're gonna put the word out there that you have a product and you can attract the people that is most likely that will be your customers. So parang
Yes.
parang na-meet mo yung customers and yung creator. So they meet in Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Next is unknown market. So, like I mentioned before, na here's my product. I'm not sure if people would like it. So, ganun talaga siya. Tinetest nila yung yung mga tao, no? Na would you like this product?
Mhm.
For example, Gloomhaven. It's
Yeah.
a Kickstarter game, no? They said that it's really expensive to produce. Kaya sa Kickstarter muna siya. They are unsure kung how much yung demand, 'di ba? Right off the bat. Kasi right now I believe it retails for more than $100. Diba?
Yes. More
So,
than 100.
yeah, so for example, if you you go inside the board game store, hindi naman siya parang, wow, Gloomhaven, I think I love this. Tapos, kita mo yung price tag. Syempre, you,
Yung
yeah,
slow backing out of the store.
of course. So, ayun, syempre, they are not sure kung paano i-accept ng tao yung ganong price point for this kind of game. Ayun, so nakakatulong to gauge the market. Parang, wow, thousands of backers are interested on this game. So maybe, no, if out na sa retail, no, kaya na, kumbaga, worth it naman mag-produce na marami, tapos i-release natin sa retail, mabibili naman siya. Hindi siya yung tipong lalangawin lang sa
Mhm.
mga stores.
Kasi you have created the demand na. Kasi parang
Yes.
you've put the word out there and at
Yes.
least you have carved out your market.
Siyempre, may word of mouth din yan. Tapos makikita rin ng iba, parang, wow, okay pala yan. So, if it's out on retail na, yun, pwede na siyang,
Okay.
kumbaga, parang na rin siya, kumbaga, tawag dito, minamarket na rin niya eh.
Yes. Okay.
Sige,
Uh, I think the next
yeah.
one is you mentioned this high production cost already, especially with like Gloomhaven, yung mga big box games.
Mhm.
Yes. Pero aside from that, no, meron kasi, actually, there are a lot of publishers, no, na hindi small time, hindi new, but they are still using Kickstarter.
Yeah, actually, I noticed that.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yes. Actually, I am not opposed to that. Mainly because of this second and third item. So unknown market. So it doesn't mean naman kasi na I publish some other games before na this new game of mine will be accepted well by the public. So maganda pa rin siyang pang kumbaga platform. And then
Yeah.
yung high production cost, for example, could I name some publishers?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. For example, high production costs like yung may mga miniatures, no? For example, Simon or yung
Simon.
or yung for example, ano pa ba 'yun?
bigger games like
Seven Continent.
Artepia Games is also one that minsan uses Kickstarter kasi malalaki yung boxes nila. Even Queen Games, the big box versions of their games, I think they used them din dati, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then for specifically for Queen Games kasi they are producing their games kasi sa kanila talaga mismo kaya
Yeah.
they are much more expensive.
Yeah.
Yun. So high production cost siya. So syempre, if they are using Kickstarter, may ano na siya, kumbaga may assurance na okay, this for example, 3,000 backers, these 3,000 backers are getting the game. Syempre nagbigay ng money, tapos syempre yung gagatin, there's no hello.
Yeah.
Okay na.
Ayan. Yun. So there's no kumbaga hindi nila kailangan mag upfront ng malaking capital.
Yeah.
Okay? Yep. And then these big companies naman kasi na usually they are not producing just one game, many games. So hindi naman siya yung tipong available, kumbaga hindi naman liquid lahat ng funds nila to just produce and produce and produce. So this kind of games, no, nakakatulong si Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
yes.
Add ko lang, there are some games na kasi na sinasabi nila, I don't think na we are going to offer this on retail because of the high production cost.
Yeah, that one.
Yes. So, available lang siya sa Kickstarter kasi high production cost. Bakit? Naisip kasi nila na maybe this is not marketable sa retail stores, no? Kasi if you are going to sell sa mga retail stores, you have to sell them at a very cheap price. Tapos, syempre, papatungan pa nila yan. Ayan. So, pag tinaasan mo, dahil for the high production cost, syempre, kailangan din taasan ng retailer, baka hindi na i-accept ng market.
Yep.
Yun. So, yun usually yung reasoning nila. Kaya, kini-Kickstarter only nila yun. Ayun, sige.
I think we talked about yung side ng designers, ng board game publishers. Now, what are the reasons why a person like me or our viewers at home would want to back a Kickstarter? Hello, viewers at home. Ang lakas maka-TV show nito. Very interview na. I like it. Anyway, sorry. Going back. Sige, go. Yun nga. So, why would one back? Yes?
Yep. Yung sige, go ahead.
Hindi, yung question ko lang, why would people back Kickstarter campaign? A Kickstarter
Uh,
game.
yeah, we'll answer that later. Um,
Okay.
pero itong fourth item dito, medyo siya nag crosspath siya doon sa question mo,
Yeah.
yung community.
Yeah.
So what does community mean? No. Yun. So Kickstarter games kasi, Kickstarter campaigns in particular, no, they can build the community. There are a lot of Kickstarter campaigns, no, na they are building this community. What I mean by community, no, for example, sa Facebook pa lang, nag-start na sila na I'm putting out this project on Kickstarter. 3 months now. Dates every now and then. So, right there and there, nagke-create na sila ng community. Na nagpa-follow sila, nagko-comment sila ng questions, mga ganon.
Yeah.
So, pagdating sa Kick, no, syempre, when people back the game, maraming activity sa comment section about the game, questions about the game, backers talking among themselves about the game. So, yun. So, magandang siya, pang build talaga ng community na nag-uusap. Like, tapos, sa mga Facebook groups, pinag-uusapan din yung mga games I saw this game on Kickstarter. What do you think about it? Ganon. Kasi, I think, di ba, kumbaga, mas napag-uusapan ang mga bagay-bagay sa social media. So, pagdating sa Kickstarter, parang ganun siya. Parang social media ng board games, kumbaga. Na nilalagay nila doon. You can read about it. You can talk about it. Di ba? Unlike kasi pag nasa physical store na siya, medyo limited yung pwede mong makausap about it. And then, medyo limited din yung mababasa mo about it. Usually, at the back of the box lang. Pero ito kasi sa Kickstarter campaign, ang ginagawa ng mga creators, meron silang, yung sa campaign page, mababasa mo lahat ng details na gusto mong mabasa about the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ayun.
I think part of like the Kickstarter, why I like Kickstarter campaigns also, may say yung community on how the game sometimes changes. I remember in Marvel United, they asked the people which they voted, I think, for which heroes to come out next. They asked the community, the people that they and I'm thinking there's like a similar situation where a game had this type of game na ganito yung miniatures, ganito yung but then people from the community were like saying, I think it would be better if it's different, if it's a mini, if it's like this, and then they can pivot to change the game because it's not made yet. Wala pang production, wala pang and this is like the community that they're making the game for, which is a really smart way of doing creating something in particular, diba? Yeah.
Yes, tamang-tama. Actually, Willow, maganda rin na mention mo yung Marvel United kasi yung miniature ni Spider-Man,
Yeah.
yeah, the backers are not happy about it. So, medyo maraming nag-comment na we don't like this pose. Kaya eventually, what they did is change it. Yeah. So, magandang maganda talaga yung yung syempre, hindi pa made yung game. The creators can do changes according to the market.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one benefit that you'll get if you're backing a Kickstarter. You have some agency or some say with how the game would be developed kasi when you're backing a Kickstarter, it's not yet set in stone, right? So
Yes.
parang meron pang leeway that changes will be made so that we can have a better game and a better overall gaming experience. Okay. Yeah, going back to my previous question. So why do people would back Kickstarter campaign? Kasi I think yun yung reason why our viewers at home are watching. Kasi most probably wala naman. May viewer ba tayo na board game designer here? I'm not sure. Pero
Ron
I
is
think
here.
Ron is here. Na Kickstarter ba si Ron?
If we have people na that are watching na already back some games on Kickstarter, kindly comment on your reasons on why you back on these campaigns.
Yeah.
Before
Okay.
natin i-reveal tong mga nakalist.
Sige, we'll go through a couple of comments before we go there. Mark Ellis says, I recently did my first KS backup with Final Frontier games, Pillars of Creation. Number 1, Solani, and number 2, The Girl Who Made the Stars. Ooh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Sounds
And
interesting.
David said, to answer the GL question, latest KS I backed is Marvel United X-Men. Big game. Game I wished I backed was Endless Winter. Paleo Americans wasn't able to back that time since I did not have enough funds. I'm assuming it's a big game also. And then David said, KS is like Shark Tank with ordinary people instead of wealthy businessmen.
Yeah, true.
Good
uh,
comparison.
Sabi ni Sam, gusto ko po maging part ng live studio audience in the future. Oh, sure,
You
Sam.
know what?
We should do like
Alam mo,
10 people here interview.
totoo. Gawa tayo ng set, tapos may
Yeah.
live interview, tapos this will be amazing.
Yeah, that would be great.
Pero yeah, okay.
May comments na ba sila about the why they back?
Walang comments
Wala
pa na
pang
why they
comments, so
backed.
I think
Here
we can go.
we have David. Reasons I
Ayan.
back. Value for money, KS exclusive content, and art.
Art.
Yan. Actually, I can also answer. I did just back recently. I got Hero Realms, the deck building, the app. I backed it.
The digital. Yeah.
The digital version of that. One, because I really like the game. I already know the game. Number 2 is since we're on the pandemic, I can't really play Hero Realms physically unless like solo. But I like it more kasi with more people. And lastly, since it's a digital version, I can get it actually August na. So next week, mabibigay na sa amin yung digital versions. So having that being like the beta alpha testers of a game that I really like for yung digital version niya is one that I wanted to take an opportunity of. That's why I backed that Kickstarter campaign. There you go. We do have a couple more comments. Sam says, I back campaigns to be sure I get a copy of the game. Some games don't make it to the market or not to the Philippines. That is true.
Yeah.
Not all games can arrive here. Not all games are distributed here, are allowed to be distributed here in the Philippines. Yan. Rain says, I backed Everdell because it was a big box edition with everything on it and it came out cheaper. Wonderland's War because of minis. The retail version would only have Sandies, I think. And then Mark Ellis says, reason why I did my first KS backing is mainly because I was caught by the backstory of Pillars of Creation, and it will be a series of 4 board games, the 2 of which is Solani and The Girl Who Made the Stars. So you'd want to complete the whole thing. That's the parang essence of the answer. There you go. Yan.
Okay.
Thank you for those
Thank
answers.
you for the answers, our studio audience.
Yeah, thank you for the answers. Actually, yung na-mention ni Mark, no, it's one of the appeal of the of Kickstarter kasi you get to read about the backstory of the theme of the game. Kasi usually you don't mind you don't see it kasi usually pag sa stores you are just looking at the pictures no sa back yung components and then siguro kung what's the game about gameplay wise, pero in terms of thematic yung story, usually sa Kickstarter meron yan.
Yep.
Panghatak.
Brendan also says, I wish I had joined the Battletech KS because now the non-KS releases are all sold out in the Philippines and it's so hard to get copies. I agree. There are a couple of games that is very hard to get here in the Philippines. One, because of we're far from where they made it. Basically, yun yung pinaka but if you want to try to get that, just hit us up, let us know, send us a message, and then at the end of the show, actually I'm gonna show a way for you guys to check if you can get certain games. But let's continue first with Kenrick and Kickstarter 101. Why do people back Kickstarter campaigns?
Okay, sige. First item, support the creators. So especially for new creators, no, small time creators, parang wow, this creator made this project, no. I believe in his vision. I like how he did this campaign. I like how the game plays. I like what I see, basically. No, I would like to support this creator.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
as we've mentioned before, no, the community. So usually, if you built the community and the community is happy with you, no, maski hindi pa nila alam what your next game is about, they are willing to support you. Like for example, may na-encounter ako na the backer was very pleased that the creator was very accommodating, no? So that backer mentioned that whatever the next project of this creator, no, he will definitely back it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
ganon. So usually there are people who are willing to back games, no, on Kickstarter just to support the creators.
Yeah.
Minsan it's not about the game.
Yeah, I have a good example for this. A good friend of mine, Bianca Canosa, she just had a successful Kickstarter for Ark Doom Tabletop RPG.
Ooh.
Yeah, so and this game was super successful. It was funded in only 23 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
So shout out to Bim. Hey Bim. The art is gorgeous. I'm it's amazing because in Kickstarter you're able to support the again small creators, and because there's talent everywhere, and
Yes.
sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just need a little support from the community to make your dreams come true, to make your creations come to life. Okay, yeah,
That's true.
that's all lang.
Thanks, Dave.
Next item.
Next is accessibility. So medyo na-mention din ni Willow kanina, no, na hindi naman kasi na like for example, I'm going to halimbawa, usually 'di ba sa US na re-release yung game, kaya sa
Yeah.
sa Europe, no. Syempre hindi lang naman doon yung mga board gamers, meron dito sa atin, meron sa iba't
Yeah.
ibang bansa, no. Some of our some of our fellow board gamers, no, don't have enough accessibility, no. Hindi enough yung tawag dito, yung local game stores nila, or possibly na hindi from these publishers, no, hindi umaabot sa country natin yung items nila. So ayun, so parang I don't see the games of this publisher in the Philippines. So if I really want this game, maybe I should back it right now para I'll make sure that I'll be able to get this game.
Yeah, it's a direct
Yeah.
access for you
Yes.
through Kickstarter. Yeah. Yan.
By the way, add ko lang sa accessibility, no. Some creators kasi are not sure when the product will be available sa retail. Parang, okay, I'm putting this project out here in Kickstarter, but I'm not sure if it's going to be available on retail, no? So, yun yung isang reason pa. So, syempre, if you want access to that game, you'll back it.
Yeah.
Yung next item, be part of the creative process, no? Medyo na tackle na natin siya before, no? Na if you have a say, like I don't like this, or I think this would be better.
Yeah.
No? If enough people are saying that, then the creator might do some changes.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, no, they are having some polls, no? So may voting na, do you like this or this? For example, model ng miniature. Do you like this pose or this pose? Or for art, do you like this artwork for the card or this artwork?
Yeah, I've seen that done a lot. Yung lalo na sa box art, and also usually Kickstarter kasi has that extra box for all the Kickstarter exclusives, usually they do polls or they have that A/B testing for two different boxes or the style of a certain artwork in the game, which is a really cool part of being of backing Kickstarter, no? Kasi you do feel na I do have a say. I'm part of this the people who helped out in this game, parang ganun.
Yes.
Kenrick, do you think
Yes.
that because we are part of the creative process that we are getting better and better games?
Yes, I
Oh,
actually believe that we do. Um because usually kasi if these creators are designing the game, no, syempre amongst themselves, no, if ever naman they have play testing, pero iba pa rin kasi yung kumbaga wala sila talagang direct contact basically, no,
Yep.
parang here's my game, what do you think about it? Walang actual physical
input
na
from the community.
yeah, so from that, no, syempre talagang parang ay wow, we didn't encounter that before. We'll talk about it. May mga
Yep.
ganong cases. Tapos pwede pang like for example, may usually kasi may draft na yan ng rulebook. So yung iba binabasa nila yung rulebook parang I think na sa rulebook dapat ganito ganyan. So
Yeah.
na-improve yung rulebook. Syempre pag na-improve yung rulebook, mas accessible yung game.
Yes.
So
Agree.
talaga na-improve niya talaga yung yung overall experience. Maski like for example, we back this game 2 years ago, tapos ayun nga, part ng creative process, may mga changes na ginawa, no? Syempre, in a way, no, part din tayo sa success nung game, no, once na out na siya sa retail. Kasi syempre, yung mga na-catch natin or mga changes na na-recommend natin, nagawa nila. Na usually naman kasi positive yung mga di ba? Yung mga improvements, changes. Wala naman sigurong magko-comment na gawin yung mas pangit to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayun.
Okay. That's a very good point, Ken.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Discounted rate. So, most of the time, parang sinasabi nila na, you can get this right now at this price. For example, $40. Once it's out on retail, ganun. Parang wow,
Yeah.
60 $20 yung difference, no? So, yun
They
yung
usually do
isang
that. They usually do that for most Kickstarters I've seen. It's gonna be a retail it's a Kickstarter exclusive, or it's gonna be the price will be higher on retail than getting it from them. Para they get more people funds than to get back sa project nila. Yeah.
Is it always the case, Kenrick? And if yes, like how much of a discount would you get if you back a Kickstarter versus getting retail? Oh no, we don't have Kenrick anymore.
Okay, sige, we're gonna read a couple more comments. Gino says, for collectors and or those with intense FOMO, very big factor is on all-in pledge. Yes, I think so
Yeah,
then.
strong talaga ng FOMO.
And
It's
then
fear of missing out.
Rain and Denver wants to talk about shipping for KS. We'll see
I
if we
think
can.
we are gonna go through that.
Yeah. And then Sam says, a number of KS campaigns have modified their cards or iconography because of a backer input for accessibility, like better color choices for color blindness issues. That's one great thing that Kickstarters can do talaga to help to get perspective that they don't normally see na makikita na lang with other people.
Sobrang segue lang. Speaking of color blindness, this was posted by a good friend, Jake Fernandez. There is an app that helps you with color blindness. It's called, where is it? What is the app? Color Grab app.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have color blindness, or if you're having a hard time distinguishing between the cubes or the game pieces, this is very helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Kenrick is
Ken,
back.
are you back with us?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No
my
worries.
my connection is not cooperating.
Eh, It's okay.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking about discounted rate, and I'm wondering, is it usually the case na discounted yung rate if Kickstarter? And if so, like what is the difference usually in like how many percent? Parang basically
Actually,
masulit ba
yeah.
talaga pag Kickstarter?
Yep. Actually, some in most cases, not really.
Not
Because you
really.
have to factor in shipping.
Mhm.
Ah,
There you go.
there
Yep.
you go.
Yeah. So later on, we'll talk about it. Pero right now, no. Basically, syempre, aside from the cost of the actual product, we have to factor in shipping. Since we are in the Philippines, usually it's more expensive to ship here than syempre
Mm,
compared to sa US, no.
the US or
So, yeah.
UK. Yeah.
So maybe for them it's more applicable na yeah, you'll get this cheaper compared to if you're going to get it on retail. So in terms of the yung mismong discount, yung it really depends eh. Kasi there are some games na $10 lang yung difference, merong $5 lang, merong $20. So,
Yeah.
yep. So
Okay,
medyo
sige.
hindi naman sila malayo in terms of if actual price So halimbawa, they are on Kickstarter for halimbawa $49 ganun. Parehas sila for $49. Pero pagdating sa retail, yung isa mas mataas yung price bump, yung isa mas maliit. So
Yeah.
it really depends on the actual game, sa creator na rin.
Okay.
Tsaka most likely depende na rin sa retailer. Kasi
Yeah.
the MSRP, yan yung basis nila na cheaper than MSRP. Pero some stores are selling lower than MSRP. So hindi okay na yun lang ang gawin nating basis. We
Yeah.
have to factor in yung other factors like shipping. Tapos like we mentioned earlier na usually after a year bago mare-receive yung game. So maybe it would be better na pag-release na yung game tsaka mo ipo-purchase.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later, no? Pero
Okay.
Okay.
ayan. Usually
Okay.
yun yung nila parang back now for discounted rate. Pero usually it's not the case. Yun lang yung
No.
ko. Yun.
From based on experience.
Ay, teka
I
lang.
guess
Sige.
I think these three are deluxified
sabay-sabay na
version,
natin.
bonus
Yeah.
content, and Kickstarter exclusive content. They are related, I believe.
In some way, yes, they are. Hiniwalay ko siya specifically kasi sometimes hindi available yung iba. For example, usually kasi what's deluxified version ba when it comes to board games? 'Di ba? Usually siguro pag mga retail copies kasi ng game, usually cardboard yung coins, 'di ba? Or yung mga tokens.
Yeah.
Usually pag sinabi nilang deluxified, metal coins. Instead of standees, miniatures, or instead of plain old meeples, screen printed meeples,
Yeah.
or instead of cardboard, wooden tokens. So usually mga Euro games, if you are a fan of Euro games and you like your components to be more premium, no? Usually you'll go for the deluxified version on Kickstarter. Kasi talagang malaki yung difference in terms of quality. Pero siya, it's far from the from this previous item na you are going to get it at a discounted rate. Usually this is more expensive pero you are getting a deluxified product.
Yeah.
Uh,
I believe
Na
you're gonna pay for, you're gonna get what you paid for.
Yep. Tapos usually this deluxified version kasi na usually hindi siya available sa retail kasi nga high yung production cost niya since deluxe nga yung components, no? So talagang Kickstarter is the way kasi yun nga they are unknown din yung demand. Syempre kung magpo-produce sila ng premium product tapos sa retail, no, they have to sell it low sa retailers tapos yun nga medyo mahirap.
yeah.
Tapos yung bonus contents kaya siya nakahiwalay, not necessarily kasi deluxified. Merong parang, for example, if you back this during Kickstarter, you'll get this expansion for free. Or you'll
Mm-hmm.
get
Yeah.
this miniature for free or these cards for free. So, yon bonus contents. Not necessarily exclusive siya sa Kickstarter, no? Pero you get it for free. Instead na pag out na siya sa retail, no, pag out na siya sa stores, no, you have to buy it separately. Na
Yeah.
usually pag binay mo sila isa-isa, yung total niyan mas mahal compared sa ibabak mo na lang siya sa Kickstarter. And then you get this bonus stuff.
Is this the ones included sa mga stretch goals?
Yes, you mentioned stretch goals, no? So may mga Kickstarter campaigns kasi na may stretch goals. For those na hindi alam kung ano yung stretch goals, it's basically, di ba na-mention natin kanina na may minimum fund na requirement yung mga Kickstarter campaign. So kapag lumagpas-lagpas pa doon, for example, 100,000 yung kailangan for to fund this campaign, tapos umabot siya ng 1 million. So grabe talaga yung yung pag-boom ng campaign. So ang ginagawa ng mga Kickstarter campaigns to further engage yung mga backers, nagre-release sila ng stretch goals. Na if we reach this total amount, pag 200,000 na, we add this to your copy of the game. Pag nag 250 na, you get this mo, you get this pa. Pag nag 500, you get this pa, ganun. So nag-a-add sila ng mga bonus content na you'll get for free if you back this game on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, panghatak nga nila yon yung stretch goals. Tsaka parang pang ano rin siya na parang, Dwayne, maganda tong project na to. Baka gusto mo i-back para ma-reach natin yung stretch goal.
Yeah, parang
Maganda na rin siyang marketing na panghatak na tell your friends, your families to back para we reach this stretch goal. You get more from this game.
okay.
Ayun. So, ganun siya.
And Kickstarter exclusive content. So I guess those are things that you will not be able to get if you didn't back the Kickstarter.
Yes. Usually ginagawa nila to parang yung kung familiar kayo sa FOMO, fear of missing out. Yan. So may mga people kasi na I gotta have this. If I don't have this, parang kulang. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
So ginagamit nila minsan 'yan para parang I should back this right now. Kumbaga parang
kasi
tinatalo niya yung logic.
And kasi I feel rin Kickstarter, right, especially right now, it's a very tight, as in ang dami na ring games na lumalabas sa Kickstarter. So you want to make your game parang stand out, and that is one way to make your game stand out by adding stretch goals, bonus content, deluxe versions, Kickstarter exclusive, so that you'll give more value to the backers.
Yeah.
Yes, tama ka diyan, Dwayne, kasi halos every day there's a new Kickstarter campaign for tabletop games. So, syempre you can't allocate your budget to every project that you like. Usually from personal experience parang I like this and this, pero I can't afford to get all of them. Pero this project,
Yes.
ang daming Kickstarter exclusive. sige, ito na lang. Yung iba sa retail na lang. So, nakakatulong siya na to get that backer hook sa campaign.
Ato na. I think this is the perfect segue. Ano yung what do you look at? Because again, there's a lot of Kickstarter games. And what do you look at so that you will know that the game that you're backing is the game that you want to back on Kickstarter? And what are the parang yung nasabi mo nga, what are the games na parang okay, I think I'll just wait for the retail version.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are considerations when backing? Napaka-important nito, 'di ba? Kasi kumbaga ano 'to eh, you're answering the question why.
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
are you spending today to get a game next year?
Oh, next year.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang before I haven't thought of this, parang wow, I would do this.
Yeah.
Maybe viewers natin maraming mga ganung cases, 'di ba? Parang before, syempre, if you pay, you expect to receive the item you are buying right away or at least a few days after.
Yes.
Pero ito hindi eh. So there are a lot of considerations. So what are they? Gameplay. First and foremost, syempre gameplay. No matter what the value, no, for backing that campaign, if you don't like the gameplay, what's the point of backing the game?
Yeah, you're not gonna back
That's true.
a
Well,
game
provided
if you
that you
don't
plan,
like.
provided that you are going to play that game.
Yeah. And I believe meron rin tayong mga viewers na would back a game kasi syempre it's hard to gauge a gameplay kapag you're just reading it or just watching the video. Para tapos when you get it, parang ma-realize mo na lang eventually kung it's really fit for your game style or not.
Yeah.
Yep. So, kailangan talaga i-assess parang, this game, ito yung mechanics, patok ba to sa akin? Patok ba to sa mga kalaro ko?
Yeah. Okay.
Rulebook.
Oh,
Bakit ko siya in-include dito? Some campaigns kasi, meron na silang draft ng rulebook, tapos ini-include nila sa campaign. Some people
so,
love
mababasa
to...
mo na siya sa Kickstarter page. Yeah.
Yes. Siyempre, ano siya eh. Pag nabasa mo yung rulebook, tapos hindi ka satisfied sa gameplay niya or sa paggagawa ng rulebook, no? Kasi the rulebook can say a lot of things about the status of the game eh. Kung how well thought out yung game, yung kung nasaan na sila sa design process ng game, kung final na ba talaga yon. May iba kasi na ginagawa pa nila after the campaign, gagawin pa nila yung rules, i-improve pa nila, ganun. Pero namang iba, final na yung rules. Ang production na lang talaga yung kulang. So, if you check the rule book, tapos if you read about the campaign, mas malalaman mo yun. Parang, mukhang mukhang legit naman tong na to. Kumbaga, mukhang hindi ako madi-disappoint sa game na to. Kasi nabasa ko na yung rulebook eh.
I think this is especially for those who are new creators who are coming into the Kickstarter market. Kasi syempre, you might like the game pero yung rulebook parang maybe parang hilaw pa, half-baked. They need more time.
Yes, tama ka dyan, Dwayne. Kasi there are some games na yes, na-fund, yes, na-deliver, pero once na na-play na ng mga backers, parang kulang yung rulebook, we can't play this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your next one is
creator
and publisher.
So, bakit ko to na ilagay dito, no? Pag first time creator, you have to be wary, Kasi like we said before, Kickstarter is a crowdfunding website. It's not a store.
Mhm.
Okay? So, if you back a game, no? Nasa disclaimer yan ng Kickstarter. Walang assurance you'll get a product. There
Oh.
are some creators na yun na fund malaking amount. Tapos bigla na lang siya naglaho. Maraming
What?
mga ganong issues. Yes, may ganon. Pero thankfully wala pa nangyari sa akin ganon. So kasi
Okay.
I read up na etong creator na to, ito yung involvement niya sa hobby, maski first Kickstarter campaign, it would matter na basahin mo about the creator. Ano na yung mga involvement niya, bagong-bago lang ba talaga siya, ano siya before doing this, ganon. Or kung existing publisher na siya, creator, may nagawa na siyang previous project, ano ba yung say ng mga tao na to? Ano ba say ng mga backers sa mga creators na to, sa publisher na to? Like for example, yung iba sinasabi, wag kayong mag-back ng campaign nito kasi dati dun sa previous campaign nila, ganito yung nangyari. Ganon.
Ah,
So you have to be wary, no, kung sino yung creator at sino yung publisher. Ano yung ano nila,
Yeah.
kumbaga yung credentials nila.
parang I
Importante
think you
yun.
really have to do your due diligence, read up on the comments sa Kickstarter. Parang two sides yun. Parang if you read bad comments, parang you have to be wary. Pero at the same time, parang you also take it with a grain of salt kasi that's random people online that could be just tanking the Kickstarter for some reason.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Cost.
Oh.
Yep. Syempre you have to consider the cost aside from yung previous na napag-usapan natin na it could be cheaper on retail when you factor in shipping. Aside from that, no? Syempre upfront cost. You're not getting the game sooner, no? Later pa. So if a factor mo yun na I'll wait for this long, I'll pay this amount, no? Tapos wala pang assurance I'll get the game. Usually
Yeah.
Yeah.
the advice for this, no, you shouldn't back kung anong amount man yan. Maybe for example $20 lang, $100, $200. May mga campaigns kasi na talagang malaki yung yung amount eh. So if you are not comfortable on losing that money, don't use it to back that game kasi walang assurance eh.
Yeah.
Walang assurance na you'll receive the game. Walang assurance na you'll like the game. Walang assurance na if you don't like the game, you'll be able to sell it.
True.
So
True.
you have to factor in yung creator, yung rulebook, yung gameplay before willing ka na mag-spend nung kung ano man yung cost niyan. Tapos maganda rin na i-consider mo na yung previous games niya kinickstart din. Tapos nung naging available na sa retail, it's much cheaper. So i-compare mo siya yung mismong upfront cost niya sa Kickstarter, tapos possible cost niya when nasa retail na. So i-consider mo siya. Na sige sa retail na lang. Sige, Dwayne, ano yan?
I'm just reading some comments kasi I think we pasok to sa what we're talking about. Gino said, on a related note, are there any red flags to look out for when it's better not to back a project? Ano yung parang in your experience pag nakita mo to, no.
Yeah. So in the comment section, no, if maraming nagsasabi ng negative things tapos hindi siya ina-acknowledge or hindi siya nire-replyan nung creator, parang usually magtaka ka na bakit ganun. But may nagsasabing negative thing about this project, this creator, tapos ba't hindi siya pinapansin? Usually, di ba, parang supposedly magre-reply sila doon na parang they are supposed to correct that, no?
Yeah.
Pero ayun,
Kung
so
hindi responsive yung creator.
Yes. So malaking factor na rin 'yun. Like if you are going to look on a Kickstarter campaign, wow, very responsive tong creator na to ah. Siyempre, if you have trouble, no, even during, after the campaign, or if you have the game, malaking, ano siya malalaman mo siya parang, wow, approachable tong creator na to. So, siguro, I can be a little lax, no? Pero pag parang grabe naman tong creator na to, nandededma. Pero meron pang creators na medyo snobbish or hindi friendly. So, syempre medyo ka na dun. Medyo red flag na rin 'yon.
Yeah.
May mga ayan.
I think when backing Kickstarters, yung pinaka-important thing na red flag is actually yung creator nga din. I've seen a lot of in Board Game Geek, if you're in the Facebook group, no, people also share Kickstarter pages there. They tell certain things about a certain creator na yung last KS niya iniwan niya lang bigla, hindi niya fulfill, or like it took like 3 years for it to be fulfilled. There are news like that you can search actually in Google lang. Just be wary kasi yung iba, the creator, they change their publishing house or something to another one. So, masasearch nyo naman yun. But I think that's one of the biggest red flags is when you can't really search good things about the creator. That's the yeah.
On the topic of cost, Ron Villaver said, when looking at Kickstarter games, I treat them as an investment. Like any investment, you want to mitigate the risk from delayed deliveries to bad quality to failed production. Considering that, I value the amount I'm putting in with the potential of enjoyment versus the risk of losing the money I put in. That is a very, that's one great way of looking at Kickstarter as an investment, because again, you have risk, but you also have the potential enjoyment. Thank you for that, Ron.
Yes, very well said, Ron.
Okay. Shall we continue? Oh, this one.
Our next one is shipping.
A lot of people are waiting for this. What are your thoughts about shipping?
So, bakit ko sineparate yung shipping sa cost, pero na-mention na natin yung shipping sa cost? Okay? Kasi the cost of shipping aside, sometimes kasi yung tawag dito, yung Kickstarter campaign, hindi sila nag-ship sa Philippines. So, i-check mo siya, nag-ship ba sila dito? Saan lang sila nag-ship? Sino yung magfu-fulfill ng shipment? Malaking factor din 'yon kung sino, no? Kung reliable ba yung shipper na 'yan. Kasi syempre, Kickstarter games, you can't see the actual product till it arrives sa home mo, no? May mga instances na pagdating ng game warak yung box dahil palpak yung shipping, yung nag-ship, ganun. So, syempre ayaw mo nun.
We don't want that.
So, yeah. So, yung ibang mga campaign creators, nilalagay nila kung sino mag-fulfill ng shipment for which countries. Iba sa Asia, iba sa US. Ito yung sa US, ito yung sa Asia, ganun. So, yun, maliban sa cost. Pero syempre, pagdating sa cost, check mo na ako kasi, personally, ginagawa ko siya, wow, ang mahal pag dito ko sa Philippines straight i-ship. So, pinapadaan ko sa US, ganun.
Yeah. I think a lot of people here, lalo na sa KS, no, it's either minsan there are chances that in Kickstarters they produce in like China, and they can fulfill from China warehouse. They can bring it to the Philippines easier. But some kasi, even if they produce in China, they have to bring it back to the Europe, or they bring it back to US before they fulfill it, which will cost more shipping on your side. So actually, the shipping page of a Kickstarter is very important to look at. Sometimes in some cases, it is cheaper to do it straight from the Kickstarter mismo to get the item, but sometimes it's cheaper to get it from someone that you know in the US or someone in Europe na closer to ship it to their place and then ship it to you afterwards. I think there are services that allow to do that. Maybe Kenrick, meron kang instance that happened to you that you used a forwarder,
Yep.
shipping forwarder. Yeah.
I usually use a forwarder kapag isi-ship sa US kasi there are some games nga na na I like the game na tapos it's too costly. Minsan the shipping costs more than Hello.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah. Medyo nawala.
Then
Ayun. Uh, as I mentioned, no, there are some cases na shipping cost is much cost more than the actual game.
I think what Ken is saying is minsan the shipping is more than the game, the cost is more than the game already. So in that cases, I think the forwarder is the way to go. Which I think is a very smart thing to do if you do have friends or family in another place that you can see the shipping cost is less than shipping it towards here sa Philippines. No, I think that's one
yeah.
smart way of doing it. We do have a
Well,
question since we're on shipping. No, Sam is asking, what's your price threshold for direct shipping versus using a forwarding service na lang?
Wow, good question. It actually depends on the game. Well, to be particularly on the back size of the game. For example,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to back a game, no, and the game box is as big as a for example, Zombicide box. If you
yeah,
guys are
that's
familiar
big.
with the Zombicide box, so it's pretty big, no? So for example, if the price difference is just $20, I might as well have it directly shipped here in the Philippines. Kasi
Yeah.
if I'm going to pay pa additionally from the US to the Philippines, most likely naman same amount na or malapit-lapit na yung shipping na igagastos ko. So parang na-hassle pa ako. So
Yeah.
it depends on the box size. Kasi for example, $20 yung difference pero small box game lang siya. Like for example, The Crew or The Mind, ganon. Eh di syempre, paano ko na lang sa US pag isasama ko siya sa no? Kaya pag ipapaship ko siya, syempre cheaper kasi smaller.
Yeah. On that same note, Gino is asking, I'm always worried the game might be shipped and I need to shoulder extra import duties. Is there a way to guarantee door-to-door delivery without hidden charges?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's a way to really guarantee, pero it depends kasi. For example, if VFI yung magfulfill sa Philippines, ang VFI kasi may hub siya for each country. So, for the Philippines, it's gaming library. So, dumadaan sa gaming library yung mga KS games na yun. So, for that, kinokontak kayo ng gaming library. Ako, ilang beses na nakakontak ng gaming library. Tapos, kung paano ko gusto i-receive yung game ko. Kung i-deliver nila, ipipick up ko sa store. Ayun. So,
Yeah.
So, yung cost naman dun sa delivery dun sa home ko, kasama na siya dun sa pinay ko dun sa Kickstarter. So, it depends on the fulfillment, no? Kung sino yung magfu-fulfill. Merong mga fulfillment center na talagang straight sa bahay na wala namang extra cost. Meron namang experience ko kasi pag FedEx, halimbawa, i-deliver ng FedEx dito sa bahay, you have to pay sa FedEx pa to receive the game. Tapos, yung iba naman, kailangan sa post office pa. So, sa ganun,
Pipick up pa sa post office.
Yes. So usually it depends on sa ano mo, sa kung sino yung magfo-fulfill nung ano mo, nung game.
Yeah. Sisingit ko na lang. But okay, to answer yung question ni Gino, most of the time when there's a game that there is a really big audience for in the Philippines, we try as gaming library to get it as a retailer backer. So pwede ko naman ata sabihin, but Canvas is actually gonna be here with us kasama yung expansion, and that way it's cheaper for you to get it from us kasi the delivery cost of that whole KS thing, instead of just going you're paying for it to go to you, we're paying for it to go to gaming library, and then you just get it from gaming library, which I think is one of the cheapest way to get your Kickstarter games, to be honest. But not all the Kickstarters we can back as gaming library. So we'd want the community also to tell us which games you'd like for Kickstarters. If there are enough people that we get yung retailer pledge, we can do something about it. So if you are looking at Kickstarters also, we are open. The chat is always open. You just let us know. We try to do retailer backing for certain games na we think is good for you guys. So yeah. So if you signed up for Canvas, hintayin nyo na ng email. That's siningit ko lang. Anyway, next, I think we could go next now. I think the shipping part, I know it's a bit the big one of the biggest considerations to take when you're backing a Kickstarter, kasi minsan the boxes are too big, minsan the shipping is not worth it. I hope we covered most of that, but you guys can put in more questions in the comments if ever you hindi pa clear yan sa inyo. So we're gonna go to our next consideration, which is fulfillment date.
Oh.
Yes, you really have to consider that kasi are you really willing to invest right now? Tapos you'll get the game after several months or after a year. In my personal experience, sometimes 2 years or more. Ayan.
Yeah.
So you really
Do
have
you
to
have
consider that.
do you have a set, parang I will only back a game up until siguro 1 year of fulfillment, or parang do you have some metrics that you want to share that you have
Yep.
personally used?
Yes. So if it's a small game, no? If it's a card game or like for example, yung Canvas, no? Usually I expect it to be maximum 1 year. Pero kung lesser, better. Minsan kasi they are providing a bit of allowance, lalo na sa ngayon, no, sa panahon ngayon, maraming delays because of the pandemic, no, yung shipping condition ngayon. Ayun. So talagang kumbaga tawag dito, kailangan mong i-consider yon na small game lang naman to, tapos I'll get this na mga after 4 months, 5 months, okay naman siguro yon, no? Ipoproduce nila yung game, ganun. Pero pag halimbawa small game siya tapos more than a year, medyo parang am I really willing na maghintay ng ganun katagal for this game, ganun. Pero kung halimbawa grandiose game siya na if you are familiar, Kingdom Death Monster, or Frosthaven, yung mga talagang big campaigns, no? Lagpas 1 year yan. Fulfill. Grabe, yung Kingdom Death Monster, I think merong 2-3 years ganun or more. So, ayun, kung ganong kalaki naman yung scope ng project, mas understandable yung mas malayo na fulfillment date. So, dinidepende ko siya sa scope ng project. Tsaka dun sa yung product na ma-receive ko, kung worth the wait ba.
Yeah. So depende sa type ng game and how much they're producing and
Yep.
the data that will so that's a good thing to consider. We do have a question. Why back when Paula will probably also back the retailer pledge and sell them much cheaper than the standard KS pledge? I think Paula is gaming goat, tama ba?
Yep.
Yeah. So what is like your ano on that?
Yeah, actually good question, Kai, no? Syempre as we've mentioned before, no, sa Kickstarter, no, we don't just back the game to get the game. We want to be part of the creative process. We want to be to have a say, kumbaga. Kumbaga nandun tayo along the way, no? Syempre,
Mhm.
yun. So it's one of the reasons why I back games instead of waiting for someone, no, to sell it na possibly cheaper in the future.
Mhm.
Next item is we are not sure, no, kung alin yung magiging available on some retailers, no. Eh, I back a lot of games na hindi naman no-offer ni Paula. So, depende na yan sa'yo kung anong game yung gusto mo. If you are, for example, if you are backing a game na patok naman sa lahat. For example, yung Avatar kanina, mukhang maraming magbabak. So, most probably, maraming retailers magbabak. So, okay ka dun. Pero if you are backing creator or hindi masyadong popular yung game. For example, konti lang yung nag-back pero you really want the game. Hindi naman porket konti lang nag-back, hindi na okay yung game. 'Di ba? If you really
Yeah.
want to have access, no, sure access sa game, then back it.
Mhm. So
Yun.
your next consideration is personal collection,
Yes.
I guess.
So, bakit siya nandito?
Bakit nga
Ayan.
ba?
Siyempre, you have to consider na, etong sa collection ko, I have this kind of game na. Do I really need this kind of game? So, I'm basing it on the gameplay, no? On the rule book, ganun. So, parang, does this game differ from what I have right now sa collection ko? Am I willing to invest na eventually I'll get this kind of game? No? So, check mo. May mga checkbox ka yan na, okay, same mechanics. Does it scratch the same itch? Same player. Basically, ganun siya eh. Kumbaga, is it going to replace something in your collection or is it going to fulfill a gap in your collection? Parang, wala pa ako ganitong klaseng game. Sige, I'll back this. Parang, I
Yeah.
think this game is better than what I have right now. Sige, I'll back this game. So, you really have look at your personal collection right now before deciding to back. Kasi if you are going, pag parang, I like this back. I like this back. Matatabunan ka ng game.
Yeah. Hindi mo
Ayun.
mafe-feel
So,
yun
you
sa
really
una.
need
Tapos
to-
biglang pag dumating lahat, dun mo mafe-feel, dapat pala hindi ko na binaka kasi nandito na yung isa pa. Tapos dumating sila sabay-sabay.
Yes.
And usually, like, I remember like VFI does that. Isang bagsakan ng games minsan and then we have to ship it out one by one. So, yun. Mararamdaman mo na lang pag nandito na lahat. And then I guess related to that is yung game group. Nawala ulit si Ken.
Wala si Ken. Is Ken? Ken?
Sige, I'll read first.
Sige.
Rain says, playing and collecting are two different hobbies kasi. That is true. Do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
I like playing, I like collecting also, but not everything.
Again,
is
walang
worth...
judgment.
Yeah.
If you like collecting, go collect. If you like playing, go play. If you like both, we will celebrate that. Kelvin says, it really depends on how you build your collection. Some want variety and some want a specific niche.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I totally agree. And gameplay, personal collection, and game group. What's this?
I think I think that's part of the what
Yeah.
Kenrick just discussed. We were gonna
Yeah.
ask may question si PLDC si Kenrick, yan, nawala siya. Anyway, David
Sige.
is asking sana, was there an instance you have to cancel your pledge or ask the refund due to delays in KS? We'll ask Ken when he comes back, but I think we can continue dun sa slides niya.
Yeah, let's
Quickly, eto. Yan.
reasons
So,
for backing. So you have your own personal reasons for backing. I
Mhm.
believe that's it.
yeah, yung considerations na to, I think the biggest ones in terms of cancellations or the project being different is yung creator and yung publisher nyo. That's one you have to check, and the shipping. That's the two things
Yun
na
yung
I
major
think
points.
are important things that you should always check when you're looking at a Kickstarter. There you go. Hello, Ken. We do have a question from David. Was there an instance you have to cancel your pledge or ask a refund due to delays in KS?
Yeah, ako because of delay, I haven't canceled naman a pledge. Pero I did have some instances wherein I asked to have my pledge canceled.
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah. What's funny is I'm deciding if I am going to push through on backing the game. Pero some Kickstarters kasi they have early bird or the discount na if you back this game right now, you'll get it much cheaper or you'll get a bonus. May ganon. So nakaback ako doon and I'm thinking, should I push through with this? And then nakatulog ako. Pagkagising ko, funded na yung campaign. Tapos na yung campaign.
Na-fund na.
Yes. So, thankfully, pumayag naman yung creator na refund yung ano. By the way, I think it's important to note, no? You have less than mga 7 days, no? If you want to have your payment be refunded, no? Sa game, sa Kickstarter, para 100%. Kasi pag naibigay na yan dun sa creator, yung percentage ng Kickstarter nakuha na nila. So, lesser na yung amount na ma-refund sa'yo, usually. Depende na yan. Naglalagay naman sila ng refund policy sa campaign, usually.
Yeah.
So, you can read that up.
And we have one more question. What are KS campaign red flags for you? I think we kind of answered this kanina.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the important ones are, I think, the creator and the publisher.
Yes, and how the creator responds. Parang if there's a lot of negative comments and the creator is parang quiet lang, that's a red flag. Yeah, that was mentioned a while ago.
Yes. Okay, so since we know all about this Kickstarter considerations and all what the Kickstarter is, why back, we have our super backer in here to give us a couple more Kickstarter tips. Ito na yung mga based on experience ni super backer Kenrick Kickstarter. There you go.
Sige.
So Kickstarter number 1, tip number 1.
Tip number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so reminder lang na Kickstarter is not a pre-order. So, yeah. So, like na-mention nga ni Ron kanina, it's an investment. So, you are investing on the creator to produce this product. So, hindi siya yung tipong, okay, I'm pre-ordering this, I expect this product eventually, no? So, kumbaga, it's like parang ano siya, kumbaga, bonus na siya na you'll receive a product. What you are really doing is supporting that creator to produce that product.
Yeah. There you go.
Ayun. So don't expect too much kumbaga may mga cases kasi na parang nagrereklamo na yung ibang tao, parang relax lang.
Yeah.
Uso kasi sa Kickstarter yung may delays. Like for example, estimated this month na. Bakit wala pa? Yung iba nagrereklamo. Parang it's not pre-order eh. Don't expect it na pag sinabing ganitong date, marireceive mo na ganitong date. As long as yung creator no, nagpo-provide ng updates, hindi yung parang nawala na lang parang bula after mag-fund yung campaign, okay lang yun. Basta nagbibigay ng updates.
Okay. Uh,
Next tip,
That's
sige.
also one red flag, no?
So,
Parang pag hindi nag-update yung creator.
yes.
Yeah.
May mga ganong cases, sadly. Next item is group backing. So, this is mainly for the cost. Some
Mhm.
Kickstarter campaigns kasi, may discount if you get additional copies.
That's true.
Discount dun sa mismong game, discount din sa shipping.
Yeah.
So, group
Mm.
backing can help with that.
Yeah, I think aside
Oh.
from just backing it solo and backing yung parang retailer pledge, because retailer pledge you'll have to present some things na you're a retailer talaga. There some Kickstarters do have that middle ground of taking like buy 5 of this base game for a cheaper cost, and then it's gonna be shipped on the same time, or like 3 of this game with some of the expansions. May mga ganun na campaigns, if I can remember correctly. So I think that's that's a really good tip, no, to get the cost down from your Kickstarters. Find in the community the people na who wants to get also yung Kickstarters. I think dati na uso yun sa Philippine board game enthusiasts, where you're gonna post oh, I'm gonna be backing Kickstarter, baka may gusto makisabay. I think that was a thing. So that's a nice tip from Kendrick.
Yeah, actually, I've done that. Na, I'm backing this game. Who wants to back with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next tip.
Grab your friends. Next
Yeah,
tip.
so, actually, kasama na siya, no? Save on
Mhm.
shipping by group backing. And then, yung na-mention natin earlier, no? Syempre, kailangan natin siya i-recap. If really expensive siya na i-ship directly here in the Philippines, maybe pag papadaan natin siya sa, for example, sa US, kung mas
Sa
cheaper
forward.
siya, maski isama
Mhm.
mo yung yung cost na from US to Philippines. Kung mas
Yeah.
cheaper yon, go for it.
Mhm.
Syempre, factor in mo rin yung increase na time before mo ma-receive yung product. Syempre, mag-i-increase ng ilang
Yeah.
months, ilang weeks.
Also minsan may customs cost pa. So that's all these things na you have to consider.
Yeah.
But yeah. Minimum pledge.
Yes. I think this will be my best tip. Minimum
Mhm.
pledge. So what does this mean? In most Kickstarter campaigns, no, if you look at their FAQ, no, frequently asked questions, may nakalagay doon, if I back now, can I still get the, if I back $1 now or $5 now, can I still get the game later on? What do I mean by this? Most Kickstarter campaigns, no, gumagamit sila ng Pledge Manager. So ano ang Pledge Manager? Pledge Manager is a different platform, no? Third-party platform na once natapos yung Kickstarter campaign, no? After a few weeks, ila-live nila yung Pledge Manager, no? Ang purpose ng Pledge Manager, doon mo ifa-finalize yung order mo, doon mo ilalagay yung shipping details mo. So, mas kasi siya, mas customizable, ganun. So, minimum pledge. If you back $1 now, no? So, halimbawa, may ongoing campaign ngayon. After 20 days, magiging successful na yung campaign. So, ibig sabihin, after 20 days, ma-charge na yung card mo. Pero if, syempre, important, no, na minamanage natin yung budget natin. So, kung masyadong mabigat, no, yung upfront cost nung game na to, pero you really want this game, you can afford this game pero not right away, go for the minimum pledge or a small amount, no, muna sa Kickstarter. Then once the pledge manager is live, then dun mo na ilalagay yung additional cost, yung
Yeah.
yung hindi mo pa na ibabayad, no? Tapos usually kasi sa Kickstarter hindi pa nila sinisingil yung shipping, sa pledge manager pa nila sinisingil. So ayun. So pwede mong i-minimize yung upfront cost sa Kickstarter, tapos later on na sa pledge manager kapag mas kaya mo na. Kasi some pledge manager open for 2 weeks, merong 1 month, merong 3 months. So it's important na i-ask mo, no, doon sa creator Usually, sinasabi naman nila yun kapag mag-close na yung pledge manager. So, you have ample time to manage your budget if you
Mhm.
really want to get that game.
Yeah, I
So,
think that's a really good tip to put in that $1 to just get your foot in the door.
yes.
Tapos you adjust it once either the campaign finishes or when it's nearing the campaign. Kasi minsan you're gonna miss the campaign, it ends, and you don't have a chance anymore to even back it. So that $1 could save you or could get you the game that you really wanted. Yeah.
Yes.
Next is watch previews, reviews, or playthroughs.
Yes.
Agree.
So, ngayon, sa YouTube, no, ang daming content creators.
Mhm.
You can watch them do previews, no, about Kickstarter, about the Kickstarter game. Meron na ring mga content creators na nagre-review. So watch those videos, playthroughs if you really want to see, no, kung how that game is played. Watch the playthroughs. Pero
Yeah.
bear in mind, no, na usually prototypes lang to. So not final na components, syempre, probably not final na rules din.
Okay.
So, pero more or less, no, that's the core of the gameplay. So,
Yeah.
it can help you decide.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could name some of your favorite YouTube channels that you watch when in regards to
Yep.
like Kickstarters.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Most of you siguro pinaka-familiar Dice Tower. Meron
mm.
silang crowdfunding segment every Friday 2 a.m. natin, no, Thursday night nila.
Memorize na.
Mali, sorry. Thursday morning ata nila. Ayun. Basta yun. Lagi ko kasi binapanood minsan ng live, no.
Okay.
Ayun. So, mga Kickstarter campaigns na mga 8 days or less, dinidiscuss nila doon. Parang, ito yung
Okay.
mga Kickstarter campaigns. Ano tingin nila doon? So, minsan, nakakatulong yung mga inputs nila doon. Syempre, hindi pa nila nalalaro yung game. It's more on initial impression nila about the campaign. Pero syempre, if you are new to Kickstarter, it's very helpful.
There you go.
Aside doon, merong channel na Board Game Co. Doon naman, mas nagdi-discuss naman siya doon sa value nung pagbaback ng project. Kung worth it ba talaga na i-back to or sa retail na. Maganda ang Board Game Co. for Kickstarter content.
Okay.
Nagbibigay siya ng review, tapos sinasabi rin niya kung tingin niya okay, no? Talagang okay tong investment na to back this game. Na if ever I don't like this game, I could sell it for a higher price based on the previous games nung publisher na to. Ganun
Okay.
yung basis niya.
That's nice.
Mm-mm.
Board
So,
Game Co.
yes,
and
Board Game Co. and
Dice
Dice
Tower.
Tower. Marami pang
Okay.
iba, no? Pero siguro comment nyo na lang, then or message nyo na lang ako, pwede ako magbigay ng mga iba pang mga content creators. Marami
Yeah.
sila eh.
Marami
Yan.
talaga.
Try on Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia. This pandemic, no, medyo mas maraming naging aware na may Tabletop Simulator at Tabletopia. You get to play a game, no, online sa computer mo. So, some Kickstarter campaigns, no, gumagawa sila ng mod, no? They are making their game available sa Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia para ma-test, para ma-try out ng mga backers.
Nice.
Yeah, way rin din nila to para mapa-playtest yung game. So, maganda siya kasi you get to play it, to experience it eh. Parang, wow,
Yeah.
gusto ko talaga tong game na to. Then, I'll back this.
Yeah, even if you know how the game works, even if you can read the rule book, it's still different when you play the game yourself, which
Yes.
is the case for some Kickstarters na They really show you how it's played. They show you the rule book. They show you everything, the components and everything. But then minsan when you play it, you'll feel na parang hindi ko pala trip yung isang part na to. Hindi ko
Yes.
pala gusto na ganito yung ganito. Which is a really good tip na parang try it before you back it. If it's available, then you know that this we really worked hard to publish their game. They're taking care of it. They're doing they're trying to reach the people to see na parang maganda talaga yung game namin. Please try it first before you can even buy it or even pay us. Try it first. That's a good sign of a good Kickstarter, I think.
Yes, that means confidence sila sa product nila eh. Kasi
Yeah.
ayan, try it out.
And your last one,
Yes,
Check
check
the
the
comment
comment section. Kasi marami kasi nagbaback tapos they don't bother with the comment section eh. Pero in
Yeah.
some cases parang nagsasabi sila ng negative experiences nila sa creator na to or basically you can check for red flags eh. Tsaka for kasi hindi lang comment section ng current campaign ang i-check mo If this creator is not new, meron na siyang previous na mga create, no? Previous campaign. Pwede mo siyang i-click, no? Makikita mo kung ano yung mga created ng creator na to. You
Yeah.
can check that previous project, check the comment section. Oh, sabi ng mga backer na to, hindi pa na-fulfill yung project na to. So may bagong Kickstarter na siya na campaign. Tapos hindi pa niya na-fulfill these 3 projects siya before. So, tapos estimated date niya last year pa or ilang months ago na.
Yeah.
Ilan months ago pa. So, yun. So, makikita mo sa comments parang, naku, baka grabe yung delay pag binak ko tong campaign niya ngayon. Or baka hindi ko ma-receive yung game kapag tinuloy ko to. So, yun, check the comment section ng current project tsaka ng previous projects ng creator
Yeah.
niya.
That's part of checking the background of the publisher
Yes.
or the creator, no. Checking the comment section. I think this one's really good din kasi I've seen a lot of comment sections where nakikipag-away yung yung creator dun sa mga backers, and parang pag
Yes.
ganun parang nakaka-turn off na when you wanna check. And then I guess that's part of it, checking the previous
Yes.
projects if it's fulfilled already or if may masamang impression to everyone else yung previous projects niya. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tama.
Yan.
By the way,
Mhm.
add ko lang, no? Possible kasi na unsuccessful yung campaign before, tapos ni-relaunch nila yung project. So, maganda rin na i-check mo bakit siya nag-fail before, ano yung changes
Yeah.
na ginawa niya sa current project. Para makikita mo kung how passionate yung creator na yun, tapos kung bakit ngayon okay na siya, bakit ngayon marami na nagbaback, hindi.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. So that's your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tips. It's Kickstarter is not a pre-order. Try group backing. Save on shipping by using yung group backing or forwarder. Try the minimum pledge. Put your $1 in to check yung pledge manager after. Watch previews, reviews, and playthroughs. If the Kickstarter allows it, try it on Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia. Check the comment section, I guess the updates also, and check the previous projects of the creators of the Kickstarter. Those are really nice
Yes.
tips for our viewers.
May
Thank
tanong
you
pala
very
ako
much.
sa inyo.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, and may tanong din ako sa mga viewers natin. Without checking, walang kodigo. What do you think is the most back project sa Kickstarter?
I know the answer. Na board
You know
game?
the answer. No, hindi lang sa board game. Overall talaga to.
The board game lang yung alam ko.
I think
Pero
the
sa
board game is the board game is
siya,
the
pero,
most.
Yeah. Yes, that board game is the most.
Sabi ni
Yes.
Rain, hala, may quiz nga.
Guys, labas na tayo ng 1/4 pad paper. Mag-quiz tayo.
But
Hindi, pero,
trivia question lang naman.
John Fred says Frosthaven.
Yes.
Akala mo
I,
yan, pero hindi.
Kelvin
what?
says
No.
exploding
Hindi
kittens.
Frosthaven?
Yes! Tama si Kelvin. It's
It's exploding
Exploding Kittens.
Nice.
I was wrong.
Frosthaven is the most funded.
Funded.
Back.
Most funded, not back. Kasi the number of
Alam mo
backers.
ba how many backers ang Exploding Kittens?
How many?
Ay,
A million.
250,000.
219,000.
250,000. Dami rin.
Thousand.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
200
people
plus thousand. Oh. Grabe, no?
paying how much is one? $20, tama ba? No.
Meron siyang parang 50 or 40. Meron siyang parang pack bundle ganon. Ayun. So ayun, di ba? Siguro kung
Interesting.
kapresyo niya yung Frosthaven, most funded na rin yung Exploding Kittens.
Yeah, for sure. Yan.
Definitely.
Pero most back, Exploding Kittens. Grabe. 2015 pa yun, ha? Wala pa rin nakakatalo.
It's your favorite one of your favorite
Wow,
games daw.
hindi,
Sabi ni
hindi
Kai.
naman.
Oh, favorite. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think thank you very much, Ken, for sharing with us everything that we need to know about Kickstarter so that we are more equipped when we're backing a Kickstarter game, and we're parang when we're making our decision parang what we're gonna look for, and
Mhm.
and if we're gonna choose either retail or Kickstarter. It's very helpful for our viewers and for us. So thank you very much. And
Before you go, you could answer our question of the stream also. What is your latest Kickstarter game that you backed? What's the latest Kickstarter game that you backed?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe
Yeah, the latest Kickstarter game that I back is the campaign for the expansion of the Isle of Cats.
oh, nice. Isle of Cats.
Yes, I really love that game. Tapos ayun, so actually the creator of this game is a good example na build niya yung community. Na I seen some comments sa Facebook na because you are this passionate or because you are this approachable, I'm going to back your game.
Nice.
Ganun. So talagang kaya wala pa yung Kickstarter campaign, alam ko nang ibaback ko yung campaign na yun.
Nice. So that's Isle of Cats. Same daw, sabi ni John Fred. Latest Kickstarter, magastos daw yan.
Yeah, actually magastos siya kasi it's in pounds. Hindi dollars, pounds.
Okay. Yan. So yeah, thank you again, Ken, for being a guest in the show. I hope the viewers learned a lot from you. And if you're backing Kickstarters, sana ma-apply niyo yung considerations, the tips that Kenrick has given everyone. Just before we end the stream, I'm gonna quickly show a couple of things on the GL website. You can stay here na lang, Ken. Just stay there. Okay.
Sige.
So meron
Thank you
tayong
for
board game
having me.
coming soon in Community Board. You can check out the board games coming soon. This is just the new signups basically. You can get notified for Descent, Destiny's Ankh, Machikoro, The Loop, Wild Space, Juicy Fruits, Kemet, Arkham Horror Packs, or Marvel Champions character packs when they arrive. Just put in your email, your number, and your contact number. We get this in our sheets, and then we'll contact you once they arrive, which is a month or 2 or 3 months, depende on the delays of shipment. We also do have, if you don't see any games that you want in there, you can put in your GL game requests also here. Same, just your email, your number, contact number. But this time, you can type in any game that you want. Kahit Kickstarter yan, just type it there. We'll check if we can get it. If there are enough people to who wants the game, we'll try to get it for you so that we can get you these games. Yeah. That's basically all my announcements. Thank you again, Ken.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Kung
for
may questions yung mga viewers, feel free to message me or message Gaming Library. No?
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
port you to Ken.
Yeah.
Uh,
Baka kasi may
may
na-miss pa ako. Ano.
may tanong si Froilan, hindi ba daw Fall of the Mountain King?
No,
Did
I
you
didn't
back?
back. No, I didn't back that.
Oh, there you go. And David says, any updates on when will the pre-orders arrive? Which pre-orders are you asking? Anyway, we'll end the stream there. But David, if you want to know kung anong pre-orders, if you have specific games, you can message us na lang on Facebook. We're gonna be answering you immediately naman. To say thanks naman, Janfred said, salamat sa info, Ken, malaking tulong. And then Rain says, clap, clap. It's already 10 o'clock. Brendan also says, thank you, learned a lot today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And sana madami kayo natutunan. And also on Wednesday pala, we're gonna have versus chat. Let's see if we can play a co-op game or a competitive game this time. I'll see you there 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.